coming too close. I am what I am, go what I go. If you catch me running away, then
Welcome. I think we're all live. Well, this is Just Saying Season 2, Episode 10. Me, the Greybeard, and the Bromeo. Good evening and welcome. And Bromeo, it feels like we're getting fewer and fewer personnel as the weeks go by, because it's just you and I, which has been that way for the last couple of weeks. But we ran out of producers. Raids got stuck at the train station. Dank Avocado is stuck in the middle of London. So not only is it just Bromeo and I yapping away here, we also, we're back to Greybeard producing. So everybody hold thumbs and strap up. Strap in. How's it going, Bromeo?
Man, every time I feel like I don't have enough nostalgia, I'm just waiting for somebody to tell me in chat that they can't hear what I'm saying at all, and I need to completely repeat the first minute of my monologue. So I'm glad that we get to have these little forays down memory lane, and it is just a reminder that there are some people who are truly good at what they do, and when they are not here, they are sorely missed. So let's be thankful for production, guys. They are a rare breed and a very good breed.
Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that Alex the Fatak is in chat, which threw me off my game completely. So Alex, hello and welcome. So I'm going to move this thing out of the way.
And the reason why GB gets distracted when Alex the Fatak is in chat is because he is like a unicorn. He comes and goes freely on a whim. You don't speak to him for months, but then all of a sudden he is there riding on a rainbow. So welcome, Alex. Good to have you back.
All of the sudden. All right. And then, of course, Vinko is here. Jeff is here. Flyaway is here. Borky, Yuckles, Papito. And welcome to it. So we obviously there's an agenda of things we want to talk about, but I need to start with some personal news. And I want to give a shout out to Asterix. And if you don't know Asterix, he is the Ox Gaming RLCS team coach, an American. And I've also got to shout out Max, who is one of the roster of Ox Gaming. And Max, who I've known for a while, and we back in the day when he was cuck at Rocket League, we used to be a little bit of a duo and play in twos, and then he got much more better and left me behind like everybody else eventually does. And anyway, he had a quiet word with Asterix and basically said, look, Greybeard's pretty much given up on ever being any good at Rocket League. So maybe you can help him. So Asterix reached out to me and said, hey, what do you want to do? And I said, bro, you know what? I've had a long list of people who've coached me, helped me. I am unteachable, unhelpful, unhelpable. Don't bother. And he said, well, and what he had done, which no one else had ever done, he had actually gone to ball chasing and downloaded a bunch of my replays, which I didn't even know were up there. And he said, I've watched a bunch of replays, and I think there is something I can do to help. There's a few things that I think would be really helpful. So more to humor him than anything else, I said, okay, fine. Let's have a little session. And he gave me a couple of tips, and I started working on training those specific things. And I think we must have, his call was probably 20 minutes we spoke, and it was so good. And all of the sudden, I sort of rediscovered my enjoyment of actually playing the game. And this had come after I had taken a 6-week break. I have not taken a 6-week break from Rocket League since I started playing 10 years ago. So I started grinding, started training, and things are going much better. So much so that I'm actually going to start streaming gameplay in the not too distant future. Anyway, this long monologue about me and Rocket League has a point. This Friday is my 10th anniversary. On the 8th of August 2015, I bought Rocket League. And I made a promise to myself some months ago that before my 10th anniversary, I would score a flip reset goal in game. It is now the 4th of August. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to get this done. And tomorrow I have no PC because my PC is being sorted out. So I'm going to lose that day. So I'm going to have 3 days. After the podcast tonight, I'm going to go and try. So for the last 2 days, I have been spamming attempted flip resets in game. So I apologize to any teammates. But there you go. So I just wanted to say that I am going to be somewhat distracted until Friday because I'm going to be trying really hard to score a flip reset goal.
Wait. So
Yep.
this whole story and you haven't done it yet. I
No.
I was being baited here. I was going to be like, oh my gosh, he's about to show us a video of him doing the most insane reset. And we get to congratulate him.
I know, and have a little party. Yeah, no.
And now it's like, you know what? I'm thinking about it.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm trying it. I'm actually doing it. And the video I should show, I actually called Melissa over to come and watch the replay because I done a flip reset and the ball was halfway in the goal and it got saved. I was like, no. Anyway, but there's 2 points to this. One is that by Friday I need to hit a flip reset goal. But 2, I am going to resume actual streamed gameplay in my quest to regain the title of the oldest grand champion in the world. So stay tuned for that delicious content coming up in the not too distant. Alrighty, well, a whole bunch of other people have arrived there. Scraffy, Yoshi, Omnius Gaming, Flamey, Drew is here. Yeah, Drew's been a little bit quiet, but I see he's back. That's excellent. Delta's here. Max is here as well. Excellent. I hope you were here when I shouted you out, Max. All right, Bromeo. So now we're going to get off the subject of me and my long, sad, incomplete story. Now, a couple of things we have to discuss that happened last week. It was quite a busy week for Rocket League last week. There was the 2v2 Cash Cup on Wednesday and Thursday, and then there was Ascension Protocol over the weekend. So I think if we go here and turn that on, oh, good. We're gonna inception my stream. Let's start with the 2v2 Cash Cup. First of all, what was really cool is that getting into a lot of SSA signups, and then in the top 12, 7 of the top 12 were SSA, 4 Europe and 1 MENA team. So it was a good showing from the SSA teams. And a surprise matchup was Snowy and Cam, which was kind of interesting. But the big ass team up was Sweaty Clarence and To Die For. And they went by the name Bronzies. Mm-hmm. And they won the grand final, coming from the lower bracket and resetting the bracket and beating Velocity and Motion, which was pretty epic.
I mean, that's great for the fans. Motion, I'm sure if you don't remember him, he was one of the tripod that made up YMC. Am I correct there, GB?
You are 100% correct. And now, just as a note on Motion, I guess credit where it's due, and I'm not sure it's ever due with anybody from Young Money Clan, but Motion along with Darku have made the last chance qualifier main event for Europe, which is pretty cool.
I mean, great. I hope they do so well that they don't come back.
Exactly. It's like you can actually go and compete in Europe. Go and do your work there.
Yeah, I mean, you're great. Yeah, good for you guys. Yeah, I don't care, but I'm glad that we came out on top, and I'm glad that it was To Die For and Sweaty to do it. And I think it must have been a pretty tough one. Imagine sitting in that little limitless changing room and, playing a 3-way of Ching Chong Cha to figure out who can be the 2 smash up. Because, well, Snowy's now got to go and find somebody. So Cam is interesting.
Yes.
And I feel I would have backed Sweaty and To Die For to take it because it is a long-term partnership, and they have been on top for the longest. So congrats to them. Really proud of them, and I'm glad that handing out these results and telling of this news isn't another of those. Well, at least we finished second.
Yeah, at least we were somewhere near the front. So yeah, I think it was $1,400 for first place. So $700 a piece for Sweaty and To Die For. But that's not all the money they earned last week, because on Sunday was Ascension Protocol, and that was the 1v1 tournament, SSA only, hard region locked to SSA, which was an initiative initially started by James Bott for North American Rocket League to help them improve, and he had this 1v1 tournament set up with a LAN, and then the Chalkcast guys got involved, Johnny, CJ, and Garrett, and they said, let's take it global. Long story short, they sponsored $1,500 for an SSA tournament, and that was this past weekend. And 73 players signed up, and surprisingly, I did mention this last week, but during the whole sign-up process, I only had to bounce. I think it was 4 or 5 Europeans and one MENA guy who signed up for it, and I had to bounce them out. But despite the fact that 73 people signed up, I was tournament organizing this, and I'm not sure I'll ever do that again. With huge with huge help, it has to be said, from Reed. If Reed the Sloth hadn't been around, I would have been a space cadet. But there was a clutch of forfeits and disqualifications, and I messaged a bunch of people. I was like, Did you DQ? It's like, oh yeah, I had to go to, it was my brother's matric dance, or I had to go to a wedding. Like, there were like these weird ass excuses of guys who just didn't show up, which was a little disappointing. But nonetheless, the tournament finally got underway, and there were some surprises. I mean, Bromeo, you got to cast a bunch of the series yesterday of the top 12. And I don't know what your big takeaways were from that.
One of my biggest takeaways was how good some of our SSA players actually are, because sitting and watching them for a couple of hours really makes me appreciate 1v1 even more, even though I've said this in the past. So the first game I cast was Tweaks versus Declan, both incredibly good 1v1 players, but what really astounded me was how technically good Declan was. And I just sat watching clip after clip, and I'm like, where is this guy? Where's he coming from? I didn't know he was this good at ones.
I mean, he is a good player, but there's a difference between a good player and someone who can play well in ones. And it was, I mean, his double flip resets were, in fact, there were so many of them that when he did a single reset once or twice, it was like, come on, Declan.
Only one reset?
You can do better than this.
I was expecting the trip reset musty backboard, dunk. And we did almost see one of those. So I might sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. It was really incredible showing by all SSA players. And do you know what I really loved? And GB, I'm sure you've got mountains to say about this, is how well Ravi and Devour played.
So a point I made numerous times yesterday live was that, if this tournament was held 4 years ago, it would have been Snowy, and then Snowy and To Die For would probably have been in the final, and Snowy would have swept, and then there would have been a litany of sweeps behind them to get to that grand final. But the field is great. I mean, we have so much further to go. We need so many more players, but there are more of them, and who are looking really, really good. Declan was one surprise, and then Ravi qualifying for top 12 through the upper bracket. got completely smashed by Sweaty, and we're going to talk about Sweaty in a moment. But getting into the top four, Ravi was so he's definitely a shining example. And of course, Devour and Ravi have been around the same length of time. Very much looking forward to seeing them at Comic-Con and how they perform compared to their appearance at Comic-Con last year. So big up and congratulations to them. And then there was the ultimate grudge match of Guns and Snowy, and Snowy still getting the upper hand in that little what are we calling it? Friendly rivalry.
Just a little exchange.
Yeah, and then there was a little bit of argy-bargy because Snowy disconnected at one point, and Guns was happy to just keep scoring until he reconnected.
Honestly, it's for the content, and the snowy gunsness is something I love to watch. It gives a little bit of substance to all of the stuff that we cast, and ultimately, I think overall it was just really good to see this play out unimpeded. And I know I've made strong cases for EU involvement prior, but just for a weekend, it was lovely just to watch our local boys, go at it hammer and tongs. So it was an absolute pleasure to watch this, and I think watching all of these matchups in isolation have allowed me to, I don't know what's the word, but appreciate how good some of our local players actually have gotten in the last year.
And shout out, of course, to Johnny Boy, who joined us for the grand final to cast the grand final. And then that brings us to the topic of Sweaty Clarence. And he was the number one seed for this tournament going in. And my goodness, did he have himself a time. I mean, he did a lot of work, but not much work at the same time. I mean, he played 3 series, and for a total of 10 games of Rocket League. Didn't drop a single game. Smashed in the upper bracket semis, smashed in the upper bracket final, smashed in the grand final. It was To Die For and Sweaty in the grand final, and Sweaty swept his way through it. It was an astonishing performance, and he more than anybody has probably traveled the most distance over the last season and a half.
I remember when it happened, when Sweaty first started getting good. And all the talk was, let's try and get Sweaty at least for a season before he realizes how good he is, and then just leaves us for Pirates or Bravado or Limitless or whoever was there at the time. And I think it literally happened weeks afterwards that he got picked up, and we're like, well, there it goes, because they saw something in him too. And honestly, now it's plain to see he came out of nowhere almost. He hovered around for a little season where he was looking promising, and then he just exploded. So Sweaty is one of the biggest rising stars for SSA. He's been so good, and I'm so excited to see where this goes, because I don't think he's even at his best yet.
Bladen asked about being on YouTube. Bromy, I see you responded saying it's available on the VOD on Twitch, but it has also been put on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which shockingly is Greybeard GG, the full stream is there, so you can go and check out those matches. And there was, which was the match that To Die For played? Was it To Die For Snowy, or which was that one? It was To Die For Snowy. Yeah, To Die For Sweat Snowy, and there was, it is a replay that I think it was game two in the upper bracket or the lower bracket final between Snowy and To Die For. There was a period of what felt, I'm sure it was close to 2 minutes, where Snowy was just pelting to die for's net and then picking up boost and just shot after shot after shot. And for most of that, to die for is defending with like 12 boost, 24 boost, and then he sneaks a corner boost. And then eventually broke free, did not concede, broke free and scored. And just from a defensive masterclass, I really think that should be broken down by Johnny Boy and apparently Jack for their coaching series.
Oh, that would be awesome. And another moment I want to touch on, I wish we clipped this so we could show it, but was that moment in the Ravi Declan game where I think Ravi off his line, Declan was sure to score. And there was coming in, it looked like he was going for the cringe bump. And Ravi dodges the bump, scoops the ball off his goal line. I mean, that ball is flashing at this point, and counters and goes to score in the back of his. And I think that is one of the greatest goals, well, at least the origin stories of, that I have seen in a while. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the goal itself was pretty pedestrian because he then just walked it casually across the pitch.
But how it started, though.
Oh, no. It was an astonishing moment. And it was great to see these moments live in 1v1. And, we don't have a huge 1v1 culture here, but I think I think we can grow that culture, and it would be so good in the long term for our long-term game. So once again, So with To Die For and Sweaty being in the grand final, Sweaty won it, so he gets another $500 on top of the $700 he made the week before, and then To Die For gets $300 for second place on top of the $700 he got alongside Sweaty in the Cash Cup the week before. So a good productive week for the two of them, and
casual 20 grand each. Why not?
Yeah. Just a casual bunch of bank. So well done, Sweaty, Clarence, and of course the Limitless boys locking up the top three places, and then Ravi waving the small highball flag coming in fourth. Congratulations to him. Well, third, fourth. Snowy and Ravi were third, fourth. Who was actually third and fourth doesn't matter. All right, and closing out on Ascension Protocol, I just want to give a long list of thanks just to, of course, the Chalkcast boys for putting up the $1,500. It was so huge. And then Johnny for coming in and co-casting the grand final. But then also our streamers. We had 3 other streamers. Every game of the top 12 was cast and streamed. And we had Sir Pegasus, we had Ground Zero, and we had Sib, who are great supporters of the region. And thank you for being there and making sure all of these games got broadcast. And then Reed the Sloth, who, as I said, held my hand through the tournament organizing part of it and the admin part of it. He was sensational. And then Hazza on production. There is nothing more calming in this world than having Hazza driving a stream. He's just so damn good at what he does. And Bromeo, I think you can attest to how cool that is.
Man, he really is a maverick in what he does. And it's so often something you don't appreciate until you don't have it. If you compare streams side by side, just the amount of work, dedication, and preparation this man puts into his craft. So truly, truly great to work alongside Hazza. I learn something new every time. So thanks, man. And I don't think we've given enough shout out to the fact that we had 4 concurrent streams running yesterday to catch every single match. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, it was it was great. I was just thinking back to the stream yesterday and the fact that I had said, sure, I'll sort of match admin the ones that were stream. I'll set up the lobbies and all of that. Oh my word, that was its own calamity at the beginning, but we got there in the end. All right, well, that was Ascension Protocol. So grats to the players, and thank you to everybody who just offered their assistance to make sure it was a massive success. And I think it was a good enough success that there is scope for having more of these. There is going to be another similar tournament with a LAN, and we'll make sure that that is done with enough time that an SSA representative can be on LAN. I'd love to see Sweaty out there taking on the likes of Banana Head and whoever comes from APAC, and then even the higher level players, and see how far Sweaty can go. Yeah, so that's that. What is next? So we've covered the Cash Cup, we've covered Ascension Protocol, which then brings us around to the topic of RSC, which is underway. We had the draft lottery last Wednesday, which was its own source of fun because we were beset with technical issues, and there was doubt for the longest time on Wednesday whether we would actually have a stream or not, but we managed to pull it off, and it was actually a banger of a stream.
I'm really happy with it. I think there's many little gripes I have because I am just that way, but overall it turned out really well, and I am very grateful that there was a race in a world where there were 10 Shetland ponies on a field at the same time that we could make a video over, because that was fantastic. And I don't think I've had more fun watching little horses run over a couple 100-meter track than on last Wednesday. So yes, it went really well, and for some orgs better than others, I am sure.
Yeah, I'm not a horse racing fan at all, but the closest I will get is watching Shetland ponies run, because that was fantastic.
I mean, what we can actually, I shared it to Twitter. I shared a clip of it to Twitter if you want to pull it up, if you can. I don't want to burden you with the technical difficulties of running stream.
In theory, that's not hard, but
in theory, not difficult. So while you do that, I can talk quickly about how it went. And Deathcloud Esports was the big winner of that event. They came in first, and Space Crisp and Flocy will be loving how that one went down. And following close suit was White Rabbit Gaming, Shadow Esports, Monarch Realm, and Azura. So they loved the way that their little ponies ran. It was Deathcloud Esports with the little Palomino Shetland, which for me, I didn't know what a Palomino was up until that race. But apparently it's that like really caramel looking horse with the white feet. That is Palomino. And I learned that just for the stream. I've
just seen for the first time the horrendous start that Deathcloud got.
It's on the field. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was such a cuck start. But man, look at that. We'll watch it one more time. Deathcloud on the left of the screen there. As they start, it looks like the horse kind of trips up or.
Wait, let's have a look. Wait, this horse is literally going left. Wait. Here it is.
Are we watching different things?
No.
We're watching the one coming. Anyway, long story short, Deathcloud went all the way from the back and were the eventual winners. And Bromio's been through the results. We'll flash them up on screen here. Deathcloud, White Rabbits, Shadow, Monarch, Azure was the front half of the field. The back half of the field was Ox, Genesix, Omnius Gaming, Unity Esports, and Cosmico. So there we go, and then they picked and more details on who they have picked on this coming Wednesday, because this coming Wednesday is draft day. That is the big stream for the start of the RSC season. Every player gets picked. So Bromio, why don't you break the news on the total number of RSC signups for season 4?
Man, I love it when you tell me that I don't have a page open to tell you the exact number that have signed up. But the final count of registered players for season 4 is I wish we had a drum roll, like a Discord drum roll, like drrr.
Yeah,
but we do not. Do we? No, we do not.
No, we don't.
I'm not
Don't.
going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But we finished registrations with 269 players. That's current right now, but total count of players that signed up is 309.
Yes!
So absolutely massive. So the amount of registered players could go up. The signups have closed, but once you're in the system, we can still try and get you in. There could just be some small issues with your sign up. So do not worry if you've signed up. We will do our best to get you in still. So that number could still rise, but it means that we have a very strong, very healthy season 4 that is bigger than RSC has ever been. So big thank you to everybody who's signed up. You guys are doing your bit to make sure that this community stays strong.
Yeah, banger work all round. Congratulations. That was really, really cool. And then I'm just wanted to check this because it is better late than never. Is that working?
What is working?
It was a drum roll.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Dear.
Oh, wow. But
right.
I'm also seeing in chat Borky's going classic Unity scammed, and there's a little bit of lore, and the longer you're involved in RSC, the more inside jokes you know. And Unity Esports, the reason why we changed the whole structure of how Draft Lottery was, it used to be 4 separate races for each of the tiers, for each of the skill levels. But what happened every season was there was always one org who did badly in every single race, and that was Unity. So one day we decided, hell, we got to change this up. We got to make one race count and make all of the finishes mathematically equal. And they still finished last in that race too. So there's not much we can do for you, Unity. You got to win a race sometime.
You know what? It comes down to Unity get good.
Wow. Sorry, Voodoo. But yeah.
Brilliant stuff. But yeah, 309 signups. That is just unbelievable.
It's huge.
So we're obviously not all of them will, most of those have already been accepted. The last were being verified. So in terms of the actual number competing, that'll be finalized by Wednesday. And then we have the draft stream. Every general manager of every franchise will be there live, picking every single player until they are all picked and slotted into an org. And then we are just Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days later. It is preseason for 2 weeks, and then we are finally into league play. And that continues all the way to the end of October. First week of November is playoffs. But in between all of that is the mid-season tournament. And this year, for the first time ever, the mid-season tournament will be live in person, on LAN, in Cape Town, at Paul Roos Gymnasium High School. That set up by Yuckles. And did you get a bunch of people filling in your form, Bromeo, that we announced last Monday?
Yes, I did, actually. I did. And it is this form over here, which I will be pasting in chat. If you are interested in coming to Cape Town, to this LAN, even if you're just wanting to see what is up, just fill in this form so we can figure out whether we need to get a bus that runs from Joburg to Cape Town and we spray paint RSC on the side, because I want it, but I need somebody to tell me it's a good idea. So click the link. If you're in Cape Town, please come. There's no reason why you shouldn't. We're your friends here, and even if you're not, you can pretend for a weekend. And that is it. The fact that we get to finally have an in-person meeting after years of RSC is absolutely fantastic. So huge shout out must go every single time to Yuckles for helping us set up this LAN at PRG in Stellenbosch. And if you want more details, just check. There is a nice little section in our server that's called Landenbosch. And all of the frequently asked... All of the frequently asked questions will be there. So if you're in Cape Town, come on through. It's going to be great. If you're not in Cape Town, tell us where you are so we can make sure that we use our resources properly. So it doesn't need to cost people a lot to attend this because we want to make it as open for everyone. You don't need to bring your PCs even. Just rock up. That's it.
Bring a controller and a headset if you want to use your own. Mm-hmm. And so everybody in Cape Town should be there. But if you can get yourself to Cape Town, show up, and you will be included. So that is the plan. And then Tubbsy's question, I don't know if I understand your question, Tubbsy. How will preseason work with Comic-Con? They are 2 months apart. So unless there's an October...
No. He's talking about
preseason. Preseason.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was saying mid-season. My bad. This is the second time today I've been caught not reading a sentence.
It's okay. It's very easy to explain. We don't care about Comic-Con. We do our own thing. So if you want to go to Comic-Con, cool. But we'll make sure the games are playable outside of that. Not everything happens on the weekend. And as you can see, preseason runs for 2 weeks, not just 2 days that you spend at Comic-Con. So relax. It's easy.
And then, so Bromeo says quite casually that we don't care about Comic-Con, except for the fact that we're casting Comic-Con, Bromeo. So, I mean...
As an RSC admin talking about a clash, of course I care about Comic-Con because it's another excuse to see you all. And for anybody from Comic-Con listening, and I didn't mean that in the way that Rick made it sound.
And speaking of which, so Comic-Con is the last weekend of August, and we definitely want to have a huge contingent of RSC players. A reminder that Wilu is going to be there. He's flying in from Reunion to be there. So come and meet all the local players, plus Wilu out of Reunion, who's an absolute hero. So, hey, Clerk says he's going to be at Comic-Con. That is fabulous. Excellent. We'll get to meet. That's very, very cool. And then, of course, you can come and meet Devour and Ravi. They were unknowns last year at Comic-Con. Now they're like little superstars of the region. So there are plenty reasons to make your way out. But that isn't our next LAN. We've spoken about 2 LANs. Well, let's wrap up on draft day. That's this coming Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the RSC channel. And yes, that's still working. There is the RSC Twitch. Go and follow if you aren't, so you get the notification when we're live. And make sure you're there to see yourself being drafted. But Bromeo, there is another LAN coming up. Tell us about it.
All right, so if we haven't hopped on it enough, this weekend is Elite Gaming Fest in Bloemfontein, and it's something that I've been wanting to, get involved with for a while now, ever since Color Cold, the head coach of Grey Bloem, and also a longtime bro. I say bro as in, not just brother, but, the bro community. Read the law. But anyway, not the point. I wanted to make sure that I could attend every single Rocket League LAN that is happening, and so far I'm doing pretty okay with it. I've been to Cape Town. I'm going to be going to the one in Joburg. And now, next weekend is the one in Bloemfontein. So we've got their website up. It does an okay job at explaining what it is, but the long story short is that there is going to be a Rocket League competition in that town that you drive through on the way to Cape Town. And if you guys want to go, I'm going to be there. And it's going to be an absolute jewel. I know that I've been speaking to Muzz as well, and he has been teasing me, saying that he might be attending as well. So Muzz, take this as a little bit of peer pressure. Would love to have you there. Would love to cast a game or 2 with you. But for the rest of you, make your way through. If you want Rocket League to grow, this is the best shot of it, especially if you're in Bloem. So if you know anybody in Bloem, share this clip with them and say, go to Elite Gaming Fest. I will meet you there. I will give you a high five for playing the game that is favored by every higher power. And I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of the Bloemfontein crowd. Heno's side of the world, Color Cold, sorry, used his government name there. And Devour's dad, Chaos, he's also going to be there. He's also in chat right now. So how's it? I'll be seeing you in a couple of days. And I think it's great because I even got myself, I've shown this to all of my admin peeps, but I have got microphones that I will be interviewing everybody and sundry so that by the time I arrive back in Joburg, I will have interviews. And they might be a little bit Afrikaans because I'm not sure how many people in Bloemfontein speak English, but we will try. We will try our best.
And another person, he's probably he's an OG of Rocket League, and few people have heard of him, but because he doesn't grind a lot of ranked, but is Onage, and I see Onage is in chat. I've known Onage for I think must be 4 or 5 years now, and he quietly grinds Rocket League and streams. And yeah, so you'll get to meet him. I've no doubt he's going to be at the LAN. So Onage, make sure you go and say how's it to the Bromeo. And for those who don't know, Devour is from Bloem, and I'm sure he'll be in and around. So you can go and say how's it to Devour if you want, if you are there. So one of the links you sent me, Bromeo, is the schedule, which I've now got up on screen. But what do we need to know?
So what you need to know is that there is an open sign up for the 1v1 Rocket League there, and there's also going to be a show match between Grey Bloem and St. Andrews, two of the boys' schools, one being English, one being Afrikaans, one being government, one being private. There's big beef there. So Grey Bloem is touted to take it, but there are some big names on both sides. So if you even just feel like coming through to watching some Rocket League, that's going to be an absolute clanger. And it will be broadcasted as well. I don't have the link for that, but I'll share it as soon as I do. So you will get to see what it's like in the middle of the country. I'm not sure if they have internet yet, but we will find out.
And there is, so Friday is the 1v1 at 1 o'clock. Where's the next Rocket League? Rocket League on Saturday, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. 4 o'clock are the 1v1 semifinals and finals, and then it's at 4 o'clock, that is, and then at 5 o'clock the semifinals and finals of the 3v3. So those are the key things to know.
Those are the big ones. I'm not sure how it's going to work out there. Color Cold is the coordinator of the event as well. That's how I found out about all of this. So there is going to be, other games. I don't care about those other games.
Rocket League and other games.
Yeah, it's like Rocket League and Friends. Let's just call it that one. And it's going to be happening both on Friday and Saturday. So come on through for both of them. And I think that's it. I think I've hopped on enough about it. It's going to be fun. You must come.
It says here Rocket League 1v1 Friday, 9 to 1 o'clock open play. So I think that's just, the information I have is what's on there. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is 1v1 open play, whatever that means. And then Saturday, 12 to 4 o'clock, tournament 1v1. So go and find out, Devour.
And I've also been asked by Color Cold to say that there will be a main stage slot for all main events. There will be car shows, merchandise stalls, food trucks, racing simulators, VR, and even tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer, which actually sounds pretty badass. I haven't seen that in a long time. So, Bloemfontein's where it's at.
There you go. See, it's good luck. You got a busy week ahead of you, Bromeo. So good luck in Bloemfontein, and give us the report back of your party with Vinko at the end. We should mention at this stage that our key sponsor, our headline sponsor for RSC Season 4 is Slayer Energy Drink. They have guaranteed a prize pool of 15,000 Rand. However, there has been a custom can designed and is going into production with a gamer-themed can called Gamer Serum. And for every box of that energy drink sold, another 50 Rand, 20% of the purchase price will be added to the RSC prize pool, which means already the prize pool has gone from 15,000 Rand to 16,150. And wait. Breaking news.
So apparently there has been development since the last time we told you that number. So just give me a second while I figure that one out. But I know that people are going to judge my mathematical ability, but we have seen an increase in 1,500 Rand of the total prize pool so far. So it's 15,000 base plus 1,500 bucks. It means that there's been 30 boxes of 12 by 500 ml cans sold so far. So what's 30 times by 12? Is that like 360 cans?
Sure.
Is that it? No, like let's
30.
Yeah.
10 is 360 cans, yeah.
So that brings the total of the prize pool to 16,500 bucks, and we haven't even hit draft day yet. So well done. I'm so proud as to how this is going, and we're going to absolutely crush it. I'll keep you guys updated how it goes. I've already placed an order for a couple of boxes myself because it is limited edition. So once it's gone, it's gone, and just know that there's a nice little RSC logo on the can as well. So if you want to own a little piece of history, pick one up.
And Bromeo's dumped the link into chat. You can go and pre-order and get your box, and get a few boxes. You might as well stock up for the Christmas season. It's probably too early to be talking Christmas, but why not? Mean,
Pick and Pay and Woolworths are probably doing it already, so why not us?
There'll be decorations by next Wednesday, no doubt. Okay, so we've covered all of that. Then the next thing. So I mentioned earlier with Ascension Protocol that we had 3 other streams going. And I'm enormously grateful to the guys who showed up to stream and cast. And that was Sir Pegasus, it was Ground Zero, and it was Sib. And they are fabulous people. And I have to go on a little bit of a side tangent here just to... as much as we bitch about EU invading RLCS, when it comes to RSC and general community, the EU people have been astounding for SSA, just in terms of their generosity of help, support, has been just brilliant, and we will be forever grateful to them for being here, and a few further afield, a few North Americans. I see Bork is in chat. He's certainly one of them. Somber is another one. So as grateful as we are, it does highlight a deficiency in our local scene, in that there are no local streamers who put their hand up and said, hey, we'll stream some games of the Ascension Cup. Hey, I'd love to cast some games of the Ascension Cup. We have to build our ranks, with broadcasters, streamers. But then if we look at the caster roster for RSC in Season 4, fabulous casters, people like Borky, people like Sir Pegasus, but not enough local SSA talent. And we want to improve that. And I don't believe for a second that it is due to a lack of willingness. But Bromeo, perhaps a little bit of concern. People who've never cast before, they have this idea that, oh, that must be really lacquer to do. But I've never done it. I'm terrified. I wouldn't even know where to start. And this little segment of the podcast is for you. So
I just think that it needs to be said that casting is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Otherwise, everybody would do it. But it's also something that can be taught. It's something that can be coached like every other skill. So if you've ever wanted to cast, if you've ever been interested in casting, even sitting back seat and seeing how it goes, come on through, send myself or Greybeard a DM, and we'll be happy to coach you through the process. So I don't want to create, this big SSA incubator of casting talent and stuff that kids can do good too, but I want to just make it known that our doors are open if you want to learn how to cast, because we desperately need to grow the game and the scene. And in order to do that, we need good casters as well. And that's no shade to the EU casters that we have helping us, like Rhino and Sir Pegasus and Vector, and all of the ones who have helped us in the past and continue to help us. The point is not to get rid of them. It's to lessen our reliance on them. And currently right now, our stocks are incredibly limited. So if you've ever thought about it and want to get better at it, hit us up. Send us a DM. Nothing would make me happier than helping you get good at casting.
And it's really just about building our own region, and that's always been one of the main reason we brought RSC to SSA was to grow Rocket League in the region, and we've done enormously well with that. We've every season we see more signups than the season before, and we've done incredibly well in that side. But all the peripheral activities around that, the management, the organizing, the streaming, the casting, we've got to build that as well. And so we've done fantastically in many areas, but not so well in building up our casters. So what I'm going to set up is maybe just a Q&A session, not necessarily to start with a coach like a workshop type thing, but if you have any interest in casting, come along to that. We will just have a live conversation about, and you can get your questions answered. How do you do it? How do you go about it? I've got whatever questions you have, concerns you have, anything related to it, you can come and hang there. And then from there, we will set up some workshops and maybe one-on-one coaching. We'll see how we go. But the initial step is, if you have any interest in being a caster and you're in SSA, get in touch with me or Bromeo, and we will set something up in the RSC Discord and gather everyone and let's build that up. So and I love Yuckles' comment where he says I've been casting, so surely everybody else can. And
just speaking of that, sorry to interrupt you. Clip this and say, if you've got a friend who you think is funny in comms, who you feel is charismatic, who feels that they know the game pretty well and they're not watching this cast here right now, clip this, tell them we want you to come and cast with us. We want to teach you how to cast. And because we can only do so well as you guys talk about what's happening here. And currently I see 43 people in chat. If each of you knows somebody who wants to and you just tell them about it, now we've reached 83 people instead. So please, even if you aren't interested in being a caster, tell somebody that we are.
There you go. We are.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's our little punt there for local talent. We absolutely want, as much as I love doing this, I love casting, I love yapping on the podcast, as does Bromeo. We absolutely want to spread the load and the talent and grow that and not take all the glory for ourselves.
Speaking of, Dutch has just arrived in chat and signaled his glorious return to casting.
What?
So, yeah.
Hold on. Alex DeFatek and Dutch in one stream. I'm going to lose my shit here.
It's literally the OG crowd coming in through. And Dutch, if you are keen on casting with us, it would be an honor to have you back, sir. You have been sorely missed.
Yeah, well, there we go. That's encouraging. So hopefully our DMs will blow up in the next 24 hours. And there we go. I think we've covered everything on my hacked together little list of topics. Is there anything important that we're missing? Either Bromeo or chat. Let us know if there are important things that we haven't spoken about yet.
I don't think there is anything deeply important that we haven't covered already, but I just want to put a little bit of hype back onto the fact that it is draft day. The reason why most of you guys play Rocket League is not to watch sweats like Sweaty and to die for win at things and take home 20,000 Rand in a weekend. That's not why we play Rocket League. We play Rocket League to play Rocket League, and for the 99% of us, RSC is that. So thank you to the 300 plus of you who signed up for RSE this season. And just know come Wednesday, it all begins. So make sure you don't miss it. See the moment that you get to tell your parents that you are now becoming a full-time average Rocket League player. And you can show them on TV live when you get picked. You can literally say you're a celebrity now and that you can retire at the young age of 21. So congratulations to you. You're getting picked on Wednesday. Please don't miss it. It's going to be huge, and it's possibly the biggest stream of the season, so do not miss it.
And the link for the RSC channel, the Twitch channel, is in chat. If you're not following, go and follow immediately so that you do not miss it. Now, as we come to the end of the stream, I want to go and raid someone. The people that I'm following who are live, I don't feel like raiding. So if you know an SSA streamer who is currently live, preferably playing Rocket League, please let me know and we'll go and raid them while we wrap things up here. And then Dafu in chat says that he's a caster.
He's a caster. I do know Dafu, and he says a lot of things. So we should just watch out what he says. I think he would actually be a brilliant caster if he took himself and his Rocket League seriously. But I would just be happy to see him back in lobbies. It's been too long, my friend. And make your way back. We miss you. Your family think about you often. Please come home.
Okay, another lost soul that hopefully we can recover and bring back into the fold and the bosom of the Rocket League community.
Truly so.
All right, fine. Well, then in that case, we are going to end off the stream here. And again, apologies to any of you who are in and around my rank. If you run into me in lobbies, I will be trying desperately to hit a flip reset goal over the next 3 days, and I'm still hopeless. So we'll see. But I will report the news if I do that. But I think that is going to wrap it all up. So from me, Greybeard, and the Bromeo, and to all of you who came to hang and chat, thanks for being there. We will see you Wednesday night for draft day. But until then, peace. We're out.